I hope just a quickie. Surprising news today. Andre Green has moved to Slovan Bratislava, SK. I think that's caught everybody off the hoof, surprised everybody. Or has it? Because maybe this has been coming for some time. Now, I know you might be thinking, if this has been planned, Darren Moore wouldn't have been playing him. It's simple as that. You don't play a player who's got no part in your plans. But maybe it's not the shot we think, and maybe the reason that he's been playing is simply down to fitness, Windass got an injury. Shadipo picked up a knock. Johnson, Brown, not had much of a pre-season. Theo Corbino is only just in the door. Like Hutchinson was saying about Canberra the other day. He's flown in, had to go into isolation because we're still under all this COVID thing, so perhaps he was never really in the plans at all, and maybe this is not the surprise that people thought it was. Maybe Darren Moore always planned to let him go. And the injuries, the lack of pre-season that players have had. I mean, Gregory only had a training session and a friendly game. A lot of them haven't had a pre-season. You don't want to risk them getting a knock. So maybe this move is something that's been happening for a while, but has just been delayed for those factors, to protect those other players and give them a chance to get up to speed. And now they're getting there. Okay, full steam ahead with the deal. Not saying that is the case, but I'm just saying that that's a possibility. Because the only other way it could have happened is that it is totally out of the blue. That he is part of Darren Moore's plans, or was part of Darren Moore's plans. And this bid's come out of nowhere, took everybody off guard. And they've decided, to go ahead with it. It might be a case that it's just to get more wages off the wage bill, because although it's a free transfer when we signed him, we weren't in the Championship at the time and probably paid him accordingly a Championship wage. So it might simply be a case of we've got 5 or 6 players who can play that position, and we can get a Championship wage off the bill. So, I mean, we've got Corbino, Adipo, Windass to come back as well, Marvin Johnson, Adeniran has proved that he can play out there when needed. Windass can play wide or central equally. And of course we've got Silasol still to have a look at. We don't know whether he's going to play centrally or in a wide area. So I would say potentially 6 players who could all do a job on that right wing position. So really a no-brainer from Wednesday's point of view. If a club comes in and you can trim more off that wage bill. And it might be that he was part of Darren Moore's plans. But if you can take a decent-ish earner off the books and get in another player to strengthen another area, we still could probably do with one more striker, I would have thought. We've got 4 centre-halves, but of course, one of those is a lone player and one of those does have the odd injury. So maybe that's another area he's looking at and saying, right wing, we're very strong. So, was it out of the blue, or was it something that's been there for a while and we just delayed it just to get over the worst of these injuries and get people fully up to speed with the fitness after what for some of them was a minuscule pre-season, because some of them were signed, late in the day in terms of settling into the squad and getting a full pre-season behind them with games and training and everything else. So might be that it was something that's been on the cards a while and just been delayed. Interesting. I can't make my mind up if this is out of the blue or been planned for a while and just had to be not back in the schedule until things cleared up a little bit. I think it's probably a good move for Wednesday, and it might be a good move for the lad, because it doesn't matter how good a player you are, how much potential you've got, you know, you can have a blinding season at one club and it don't work. Your next game's littered with stories like that. Play well, get a move, don't do anything, move on again, clicks again. Just happens. It's just about finding the right fit, and sometimes it can be I've seen players in the past who's played for the same club twice and had one bad spell and one good spell. You know, it's timing, who you're playing with, who your manager is. And other little things can play a part. You know, you don't know what's going on in people's personal lives. That can all have an impact on how people perform at a club. So he's going out there, Slovakia, they're champions, reigning champions, won the championship the last 3 years on the spin. They're in Europe, although they've took a bit of a spanking tonight by all accounts I've just seen. So I think that's a good deal all around. And it really gives somebody an opportunity now to come in and stake a claim in a winning side, which is the best sort of side to step into if you've not been in the squad. So good move all round. What do you think it were planned, or do you think it's out of the blue? Still can't quite 100% make my mind up. Anyway, let me know. See you later.